How do I practice mercy? My name is Father Tat. I'm a Redemptorist Missionary pastor at St. Jared Magella Church in Baton Rouge. Today, I would like to invite you to go to the practical part of mercy. Talking about mercy is almost like wasting your time because mercy is about acting. The church already gave us a whole list called 7 corporal works of mercy and 7 spiritual works of mercy. And sometimes we forget. The corporal works of mercy are feed the hungry, give drink to the thirsty, clothe the naked, shelter the homeless, visit the sick, visiting the prisoner, and bury the dead. The 7 spiritual works of mercy are instruct the ignorant, counsel the doubtful, admonish sinners, forgive offenses, comfort the afflicted, bear wrongs patiently, pray for the living and the dead. Have you done anything with that list? Maybe you did something already. But the question here is, how do you do that? Did you do that with joy, with happiness, with free will, and go home feel much better? Or you come home and you say, I don't want to do it again. Those people are so ungrateful, so dirty, so stinky. I don't want to come back. Or the leader is so unwelcoming, doesn't know what to do. So I find somewhere else more organized, better. Then instead of helping the needy, we try to seek comfort and all the needs in here. You see my point? So we have to be very careful when we do mercy. It's not for us. Practice mercy is to enter into the chaos of our brothers and sisters. Enter into their wretchedness, their hardship of life, their confusion, their craziness, so that we be able to hopefully understand a little bit. Taste a little bit how hard it is to be hungry, how hard it is to be thirsty, how hard it is to beg for money all the time. I tell you this story, it's a true story. One day, I got a bell ring here, the doorbell ring at 9 p.m. And of course, 9 p.m., you don't want to open the door if you have no appointment. And here I am, trying to see who outside. And here it is, one of the homeless men in this area. He asked for food. He said, Father, I'm hungry. So I made something for him. And after I gave him a food, he said, can I eat inside? Inside. And so I set up a table and I sat there with him while he's eating. For the whole time, he looked down on his food and quietly eating his food. And I asked him, how do you feel when you ring that bell? He said, I felt very embarrassed. When you opened the door, I was very happy. So how do we practice so that we have more merciful, more joyful, more peaceful. First, we need to identify ourselves with one of them. Second, if you could, just be open without judgment, without being so critical, open to see the varieties, the differences. The third way to make it easier, the problems that we see is also part of my problem and your problem. One saying, I believe Saint Basil said, all the clothes and the shoes in your house that you haven't been used for the last 2 years, those shoes and clothes belong to the naked, to those who have not. And so if we have the attitude of sharing our resources with others and know that we are responsible for one another, then our practice, our work of mercy become more joy. Right now, I wanted to promote this among Baton Rouge people here. I like to do spiritual direction and spiritual awakening. I realize that so many individuals right now suffer, not just relationally, but also morally, living in separation and divorces, living in loneliness, if you will. I like to sit down 1 hour at a time, listen to their stories, and help them to connect the dots in their life. So just a few things. And if you could open yourself up and looking around you, God will surprise you. And just slow down in your judgment, anger, but become more kind, more accepting, more brotherly and sisterly, more friendly, and know that God sent you into their lives as well to make a difference in their life.